What do you call a bear without any teeth? A gummy bear! Alright, so today we'll talk about a bear, but not any bear. A bear who served in Polish army and fought Nazis.
Offne die Tür, du polnische Bär! Verfluchte Animal, hörst du mir? Do you hear me, you Winnie the Pooh? Open the door!
Little Winnie still remembered the trenches of World War I and cruelties he had done to survive.
Winnie, we know you're in there! Open up! Winnie, offne die Tür!
"Go away! I don't want to harm you," said Little Bear.
Winnie, open now and we will make it quick!
As Germans were pounding on the door, something broke in Little Winnie. It was PTSD as we know it now. "Okay, you wanted it. Come here, Jerry's, you mother..."
Okay, it was not like that, but similar. The story of Polish bear Wojtek, very common Polish name, a diminutive for Wojciech, the one who enjoys combat. So, the story of Wojtek begins not in Poland, not in Europe, but in Iran. Poles during World War II were spread around the world. Most of them were in Siberia, where they had been brutally sent by Russians before. Poles, seeing the opportunity to return home in conflict between Germans and Soviets, asked Soviets to form their own army to fight the Germans. Soviets took bait, and the Polish armed forces in the east were founded. Long and twisted story short, after some time, they were under English command. To the bear now. In Iran, a Syrian brown bear cub lost his mother, killed by hunters. A little Syrian boy took him and wanted to sell it to strange-speaking people who were settling refugee camps in their journey back to Europe. A little Polish girl saw a little boy holding a little bear, and little could be done. Polish soldiers of that time were very chivalrous and couldn't refuse the girl, who, by the way, was a great niece of some important general. They bought a bear allegedly for a Swiss knife, beef can, chocolate, and a few coins. Bear was named Wojtek and became a mascot for the Polish army. The cub, however, was too young, weak, and couldn't even properly swallow. But here came to a rescue a good old bottle of vodka, but only bottle. Vodka was substituted with dilute condensed milk. The bear was nourished back to life, and since he only knew people, he started to mimic them. From saluting to walking on 2 feet to drinking beer and smoking / eating cigarettes. Bear drinking beer? We will return to that. But happy times were quickly over. Wojtek's corps was assigned to fight in Italian campaign. But how a mascot became a real soldier with pay, ID number and reached the rank of corporal? British law, under whose command Poles were, forbade transportation of animals as mascots and pets on ships. So, laws are made to be banned. I can only imagine a face of British naval officers when Private Wojtek was introduced to them. Well, sir, Wojtek suffers from hirsutism. Why does he groan? Well, he's hangover, sir. Wouldn't you drink if you look like that, sir? Private Wojtek, a 180-pound bear, was now a member of 22nd Artillery Supply Company, fighting under Monte Cassino, one of the most bloody battles in World War II. Since he mimicked soldiers from day one, he was one of the best ammo carriers in his company, simply because he lifted crates that required 4 men, and never dropped any. I know, it seems impossible, and many did not believe it until they saw it, and hundreds did. So, this is no Disney story. His silhouette was even placed on company emblem. He reached corporal. War ended, but Cold War started. Did Wojtek become a polar bear now? Remember Soviets taking bait and allowing Poles to form their own army? The army founded by Soviets had to seek shelter from them after the war. Many, including Wojtek, found new home in the United Kingdom. From 1947, Wojtek lived in Scotland in Edinburgh Zoo, where he was the biggest attraction. Unfortunately, did not socialize well with other civilian bears and lead a life of solitude. When visited by former comrades, he was drinking beer and eating cigarettes with them. In the late 50s, he was used by Red propaganda in the Eastern Bloc as a symbol of how West treats Polish heroes. And communists wanted to bring Wojtek back to Poland. They knew he's a bear and that he couldn't speak, right? Well, trick Soviets once and form your own army to oppose them, they will never forget. But the UK and strong Polish minority did not let Wojtek go. He passed away in Edinburgh Zoo, aged 22, in 1963. He has many statues, mostly in Poland and the UK, which is obvious. 2 statues in Italy, in Imole and Cassino, commemorative plates and streets, and, since he liked beer, in 2012, Brits introduced Wojtek beer. Na zdrowie! Oh, if you like this episode, I tell you that Wojtek was not the first bear that fought in Polish army. But that is a totally different bear and story for another time. Remember to use your own pause to click that honey. Until the next time!